As I've been looking at youth movements worldwide that fight against corruption and the status quo, there's something that I kept noticing in interviews and images.
We're kind of jealous of Nepal.
Nepal is seen as the model, the success case. From Madagascar to Indonesia, Morocco to Georgia, organizers are trying to replicate what happened in Nepal. It was a movement that mobilized mass protests, brought down a government in just 48 hours, and then set up an interim one, all with the help of digital platforms. So what is it that made Nepal different? The short answer is Discord. Yep, the platform where you hang out with your friends and watch game streams. So how did a streaming social platform help set up Nepal's interim government?
We invited people via a huge QR code that you could see in the famous viral photos. It was particularly new in Nepal, so that people will not know how to hack it or how to create multiple bots of it.
This is Shazwat Lamichani, who just graduated from high school. He was one of the moderators of the Discord channel that ran a mini election.
Did you ever see yourself doing this, and how does it feel knowing that you've done that?
Believe me or not, I don't feel particularly proud and such, because I think it was basically what I had to do, to end what we started.
To be clear, Shazwat is not a political activist. He says he was always more interested in science and technology. Then in September, the Nepal government blocked access to 26 social media platforms, including X, YouTube, and Instagram, saying they hadn't registered under a new social media bill. Most young Nepalese saw this as an attempt to silence them.
Then I had this spark within me. When people are not distracted, they will pay particularly close attention to the injustices around them. We thought that this should not be just about social media, and instead focus on the systematic failures of our government, the primary one being corruption.
So it sounds like the social media ban completely backfired.
Absolutely.
In the lead up to the violent protests, there were thousands of social media posts with images of politicians' children living flashy, glamorous lives.
Count 4, guilty. Count 5, guilty.
People were outraged in a country where 1 in 4 lived below the poverty line and where youth unemployment in 2024 was above 20%.
I always had this feeling of helplessness or hopelessness from the beginning, and I wanted to do something about this, particularly the injustices, and I'm a long believer in free speech and such.
Shazwat, along with millions of young Nepalis, were fed up with the corruption they witnessed daily and seeing Nepo kids thrive without trying.
I had many first-hand experiences of corruption myself. I saw people taking bribes, government officers taking bribes.
So Gen Zers moved to platforms that hadn't been banned, like TikTok and Discord, where influencers helped to rally people to protest.
So you a Discord group?
And thousands of young people took to the streets of Kathmandu. As a response, police used live ammunition, water cannons, and tear gas. The unrest left more than 70 people dead and thousands wounded. Enraged by this bloody police crackdown, protesters took over the capital's streets again, setting fire to the Supreme Court, Parliament, and other government buildings. And then Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli stepped down and the government fell.
We never anticipated that this will go thus far as the Prime Minister will resign. We wanted to come to terms very quickly so that our national security could be maintained.
Now, when a power vacuum is created like this overnight, usually the army takes temporary control.
Now the question was raised on who should lead the interim government. The army asked, will it be you guys? And to that we replied, absolutely not, because we don't know how to run a country. We basically realized, why the hell are we deciding who should be the next interim leader? Because this was a protest by the people, and we created the Discord server to basically have a two-way communication.
The server became a kind of digital parliament. After hours of debate and multiple polls,
majority vote
the Discord group settled on Sushila Karki, the former Chief Justice of Nepal's Supreme Court. And they proposed her as their choice during in-person meetings with the army.
So we wanted a very experienced leader who didn't have much ambitions beyond this election.
The Discord channel had more than 100,000 citizens, but anyone can join the channel, which made it vulnerable to trolls and people outside of Nepal.
With, millions of civilians in Nepal, the criticism is that, it wasn't representative or it wasn't democratic.
It absolutely was not democratic, This wasn't meant to be a nationwide election. This government is created to do the elections. How should we go about then? Should we do a nationwide like paper ballots and basically waste months doing that? We did what we could with the time that we had.
So I'm just wondering what you're thinking of in terms of what's next. The big question is how do you prevent corruption?
90% of the problem was because old people were refusing to step down, and now they have, and so now there is a chance for new generation, new thinkers, basically new leaders to emerge out.
Are you thinking about being involved in running for politics or running for office at all?
Absolutely not. I can have a higher impact if I just do what I love doing, which is getting involved in science and tech, and I still have to go to college, so I still want to go to college, right? So it's not, I'm looking forward to that part.
I mean, you said you felt hopeless. I'm wondering, how do you feel now, and how do you feel about the future of Nepal?
I'm very hopeful that we at least have a chance to create everlasting change, after the election, and have peace and prosperity again in Nepal. Whether you are a carpenter, a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, whatever, scientist, pay close attention to the politics, pay close attention to the people around you, and pay close attention to the policies that have been discussed, because those will impact you today or tomorrow. And if you have to act, do act in whatever capacity you can, and don't feel afraid or don't feel helpless, because I just a few months ago was just a high school graduate who was interested in science. Don't underestimate your power as a citizen. You are very powerful if you just have that mindset.